Welcome to Think Different podcast. Today, we have a special guest, Angelee Powell, joining us. Angelee is not just an entrepreneur, but also a multi talented individual who wears many hats. We're excited to delve into her journey, exploring how she navigates challenges and joys of entrepreneurship while embracing her diverse skill set. Join us as we uncover the insights and wisdom of Miss Angelee. So, welcome to the platform. I have the pleasure of having you here to ask you questions on the topic of entrepreneurship and how it affects the mindset while doing, your work or your craft. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me on your platform.
Most welcome. How does maintaining a healthy mindset contribute to success in entrepreneurship?
All right. So, in order to have a healthy business, you have to think positive and speak well over your business. If you do not have that mindset, you are going to fail. Because if you just get up and thinking negative, oh, my business is not going to make it, there's too much things to do, will people like my stuff? All those negativities are going to go out into the universe and it's just going to create a stress on you. So you have
True,
to
that's true.
speak, yeah, you have to speak positive over your business, else it won't succeed. Also, a healthy mindset equal a healthy business. If your mindset is corrupted, don't expect your business to be successful. Me, for example, each morning I get up, I think positively. Like, let me give you an example. When I get up in the mornings, first thing I do, I thank the Lord for waking me up to see another day. And then I thank him for the business I have.
Right.
I ask him to guide me and protect me along the way as I make these decisions in my business. So that alone sets the tone for my day. So I don't just get up and go on the phone the first thing, because most persons do that.
Yes.
So all the negativity from the world just comes onto you and it just weighs down on your business. So you have to think positive the first thing you get up in the morning, and you have to have that in mind to carry out throughout your day. Because if you don't, you're going to have a miserable day. You're going to be logged behind on stuff. Also, I always encourage a healthy mindset will open opportunities for you to enjoy what you do. If you do not enjoy what you do, you're going to be miserable.
That's definitely
Because
true.
I enjoy what I do. I have about four different services and products underneath my brand, which is clothing and accessories, lash and body waxing, wedding and events, and skincare and cosmetics. All of these I do enjoy. So even if I do not make a sale for the day, just doing or just advertising or giving information to my clients brings me joy because it's something I do. It's not like it's a burden, like, oh, why is this person asking me this question now? How am I going to answer it?
Yes.
Everything that I do, I enjoy. So you have to have a mindset, positive mindset for your business because this will open opportunities for you. So even if you do not make a sale, at least the mindset that you have will propel you to go on with your business. I
True.
also encourage creativity in your business. So when you have a business, you have to be creative because it's a competitive world out there.
Yeah, for
Per,
sure.
yeah, persons are competing, and it's not you're not the only one with these products and services that you're selling. So you have to think outside the box. With my business, everybody is doing it, but what makes me different from the rest? I do my market research. I go out there and see what the person's actually like, and then I come back and do a table plan to say, okay, I have this. Persons love to do their lashes. Let me see if I can add some colors to their lashes if they like it. Persons who do body waxing, okay, maybe I can add some wine to my service because persons to relax them a little bit. Or with clothing and accessories, I can say, all right, maybe I can do a customized piece and just give it away complimentary to my clients. You never know. That may just
That's
give
true.
you an everlasting client. Yeah. So you just have to
Yeah.
be different You have to just create something different from the world so that persons can, gravitate towards you, or you can have them as a lasting client.
True.
So that is my 1-2 on that.
Yes. And what actually inspired you to become an entrepreneur?
My business started from frustration.
Yeah.
I was doing the Angeleepowell's fashion before I rebranded. And because I am pear shaped, which means I have a small top and big bottom, so
Yeah.
it's hard to find clothes to fit me. So each time I go to the store, it's like, okay, either the top is too big and the bottom is too tight, or the bottom is too tight, big and the top is too small. I'm like, okay, this is frustrating. And when you go into the stores, they only cater for the slim fits. They don't have anything for the plump or the big. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to create my own clothing line. So on my birthday, which is February 2019, I was gifted with a sewing machine because I had just put it out there in the universe. So you see, when you think positive, things come around.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
So I had put it out there in the universe and I was gifted with a sewing machine. And I did my first piece. To be honest with you, it was a little jaggedy. I wasn't sure what on earth I was doing, but I made my first piece and I was proud of it. I still have it up until this day to look back on.
Oh, wow.
And
That's good.
thank you. And that's where it started. The clothing line started from frustration, and the skincare line started from frustration as well, because I have some cystic acne at times, and it has to do
Oh.
with the hormones. Yeah. So each product I use, I was just wondering what is happening. Is either it works for a while or it doesn't work any at all. And all these chemicals going into your skin was just a bother for me. So I said there are things at home that I can use. So I did my little research. Everything I do, I always research, by the way.
That's
I did
good.
my so I did my
Yes.
little research and I did a little experiment on myself for a month. And I'm like, wow, the spots were fading. My skin tone was evening out. I'm like, wow, this is good. And it's just simple, simple stuff that you have in your cabinet or your cupboard at home. And I said, okay, I'm going to bottle this and sell it. So you never know. And I bottled it and it was doing very, very well.
Mm.
So,
And I realized that you you venture out of the box, and that's good, but I know persons may question you. Are you
hmm
sure this is going to work? We understand that you tested it, everybody's
hmm
doing it. You must have the doubters. What was your response to those persons?
well, to be honest with you, I doubted myself at first because I was wondering the same thing, just as them. But what I did differently, I said, okay, listen, each person have a different skin type. So I'm
Right.
going to make you a small sample for yourself. Try it for a month, see how it works for you, then you tell me. So each of them that I had given the sample for a month, they came back with positive results and they were like, okay, this really works. So you're right. And just by that, with word of mouth from them, it spread to other persons. So it pushes me more and that persons recognize that what I'm doing was all natural and was good for them.
That's good. But with running a business and, of course, business can become so demanding, how do you make sure that your mental health is being taken care of?
Okay, so with my mental health, it's important to take breaks. You have to understand when you are tired, take a break. If it's not, if the business that you're doing or if the project or whatever you're doing doesn't demand it to be done right now, just take a few minutes. Maybe go take a walk, read a book, do some recreational activities, something that you do enjoy. Because if you do not take breaks, your body is going to wear down. And this is going to cause burnout and it's going to make you flustered and irritable. So I take breaks. What I also do is exercise. That is very good for you. If you find it hard to exercise, you don't have to be doing all the vigorous exercises that they do. They have simple exercises on YouTube that you can just stand in one spot and do. You don't even have to do
Yeah.
anything vigorous. Um, I also have hobbies. I ensure that I go do some hobbies before I get to my task because that sets the tone for my mind and sets the space for it to be relaxed. Because if my mind is clustered, my work is going to be clustered, and I do not want that because I want to produce quality.
True.
And I try to have strong family background, which my mom is. So if I see that my mental space is going for some reason, I just take a break and I call her, we chat about some stuff, and she relaxes my mind. And then I'm back at work.
That's good. So basically, your mom is a main support system for you.
Yes, she is.
That's good. How do you overcome common mental health challenges being an entrepreneur? How do you
Hmm.
handle like stress and being burnt out and stuff like that? I know you mentioned
Okay.
about exercising, but are there any
Hmm.
extended things that you may do in terms of activities?
Sure. For me, I like traveling and taking vacations. If you can't afford one of those big elaborate vacations, you can just simply go for a drive out. I love the beach. I will go to the beach 24/7. That's my relaxation. That's my downtime. That helps me to relax. I
Right.
also I also have mentors that I look up to, and if I'm having challenges, I'll talk to them about it, and they can clear the air for me with that. Um, it's also good to get sleep because with social media these days, persons will be on their phone so late. So what I do to ensure I do not go over my time, I set timers on my social media. So once it reaches that time, it will pop up on the screen, and I know it's time to turn off, time to lock down. Rest is very important.
Definitely so. And you said you started your business and doing creating certain products out of
Yes.
frustration, but
Hmm.
how has COVID, affected your business and affected you mentally?
Well, COVID was good for me and it was bad at the same time. Good in the sense that when it just came about, I was still in the clothing aspect of it before I did the rebranding.
Right.
So everybody was wearing face masks and they were wearing the ones with cloth. So it was a big demand here in Jamaica. So
Hmm.
my company that I was working for at the time, they sent me home on a paid leave to go and make masks for them.
Oh, wow.
And I had a ton of orders with masks. And then at the same time, a next company had hired me to make some more masks for them in COVID. So that was a major hit for me. But after a while, the N52, that's what they call it, those different type of masks came in
Yes,
from the US.
yes, yeah,
Yes. So when that came in, it kind of crushed my business a little. Things started to go downhill. It started to weigh on my mind because it was stressing me out at the time. I have bills to pay, I have other things to do, and persons were more going towards that mask. It was a disaster because my business went down real quick. Just as how it came up real quick with the
wow.
COVID, it went down real quick
Really, really quick.
with the COVID. So in that sense, I had to go back to the drawing board and think of something else that I could add to the business. That's how the skincare came about.
Right.
And that's how the wedding and events and the lash and everything came about. So I said, okay, instead of having Angeleepowell Fashion, because it doesn't match the skincare and all of these other things I have under my brand, let me just rebrand the name. So I had to do everything basically over. I had to do a logo change, slogan change, everything. So I just rebranded the whole entire thing. And it started picking up again. Also, I did some more research on how to get government grants, and that also helped me to push my business even further. So, in that aspect, the mindset there before COVID was very good, and the mindset after COVID kind of destroyed me, but I came back because I had to rewire my mind and say, I am going to do this. I am going to make this business work. I can't reach this far to give up now. So again, it goes back to the question you asked me before. You have to speak positive over your business, else you are going to fail.
So true. And I like the fact that you didn't give up on the business. You
Mhm.
revamped, you rebranded,
Yes,
realigned, and you
yes,
basically did your consistent research and what's
yes,
going
I
to
did.
work. Because a lot of persons are very
Exactly.
quick to say, you know what, this now work. COVID is just weighing me down. Let me just give
Hmm.
up and just do something. Just a try a
That
thing.
is so true. Yeah. But you just can't give
Yes.
up. You can't bring your baby from so far and leave it alone. No, you have to push through.
Yes. And I think for persons who just want to do a business, they should really embody that business because if something fails, you're supposed to feel it and say, this business may actually feel like we're a twin. It a fail, may a fail. It's not a separation
Exactly.
because you are your
That's
brand.
yeah. And that's why it's always important whatever business you are going into, make sure it is something that you love because if it's all about the money, it's going
Yeah,
to just fail. You have to make sure it's your passion, it's something you enjoy doing, even if you do not make a dollar for the day.
true. That's true. And you spoke about your products, but you also have a foundation for mothers.
Oh, yes,
So
I
you
do.
can talk a bit more on that because it's very interesting helping others. I like that.
Yes, it is. Well, my foundation, it's called a Mother's Heart Foundation. It's a foundation for single moms who are struggling to find the basic necessities to give their kids. This all started because I am a single mom. But the difference with me is I have a strong family support system.
Right.
So it's not that hard for me. But what about those who do not have that luxury?
That's
So
true.
I help a few mothers to ensure that they can be able to provide for their child, either send them to school, provide clothing, food, or whatever the basic necessities may be. I also even help them with getting on their feet, like getting a job, so that they can be able to provide for themselves and their children because it doesn't make sense to just be giving them food all the time. What if that runs out? You have to teach them how to fish so they can know how to survive.
Definitely, that's true. Where do you see the foundation going in terms of where it's at now?
Well, I have a 5 years plan. I see it getting big. I would say I would want to put it next to food for the poor in Jamaica, but let's see how that goes first because running a foundation, it can be a lot, and you have to ensure that you have all the necessary documentations and paperworks. I am working on that at the moment because the foundation is fairly new, and I'm still trying to get sponsorship and donors for it. But in terms of how it's going, I should say it's going pretty well so far.
That's good. And being in Jamaica, do you think that the system or the culture supports entrepreneurship, or do you believe that it's just supporting you just working for somebody else?
It does support entrepreneurship, but to an extent. Um, and it all depends on what you're selling or what your brand is. It can be hard at times, especially if you're just brand new and nobody knows you or knows your face. They
Right.
will like be very skeptical at whatever you are selling. Um, Jamaica, they will gravitate towards you, as I said, if it's something that is popular, like how I'm doing the lashes and the body waxing. Those are high demand, so they will support that. But you have to network, you have to put yourself out there. You just have to be brave enough to walk up to a person and say, "Hi, I'm Angelee Powell. I'm the owner of such and such." I do body
Yes,
waxing, lash artistry. You just have to be bold and approach persons because you never know. That's what I do majority of the times. And then persons say, "Oh, really? You know what? My lash is done, or I have some hair on my arms and I need them to come off." You just
right.
never know. You just have to go out there and approach persons. So Jamaica can be pretty skeptical, but they do encourage entrepreneurship, especially our Heart Trust program. It's very good. It encourages a lot of entrepreneurs.
And that's good. That's a good thing. I don't think a lot of persons even know that because persons will have
No.
discussion to say, it's hard for them as an entrepreneur. And of course, as you mentioned about the popularity, if it's not
Mm-hmm.
popular, if not familiar, persons are not going to just jump and support it. But
Exactly.
but how do you think that persons can really approach like a social media platform to really market the products versus going in person and saying, hi, I'm presenting you with this product? How can persons actually market online?
Okay, well, they have a whole lot of options these days. They have Instagram and the popular one, TikTok and Facebook. Well, some persons they don't like showing their faces. That's fine if you don't like showing your faces. You can do a faceless account, just your products only. But you have to ensure that you have good lighting system, a good background in order to display your products. And Instagram has this paid promotion. You
Right,
can start as low as $10, which is Jamaican $1,000, and just market your stuff. You can go any amount of days, 3 days up to 20 days, and they will just blast your item across the pages that they have, and
right,
persons will be just calling you and texting you because that's what I use for my marketing programs and strategies. I use the Instagram paid promotion and it works very well for me. Because all you have to do is ensure that your account is properly filled out with your contact number and anything to reach you by your email or whatever. And Instagram will ask you, would you rather them to send you a text message via your phone or on Instagram? And you can just put via phone and every message that they need to ask will come to you. So it doesn't go through Instagram, it comes straight to your phone. So that's a good
okay.
promotion
That's a
that you
good
can
method.
use. Yes, it's a very good method. And you can even put timer on it. So if you can set your post for the next 5 hours and it automatically
Right.
uploads the next 5 hours. So you don't even have to remember
Interesting.
about that. So yeah.
Yes.
So that's
Have
what
you
I use
ever,
mostly.
yeah,
Go ahead.
have you ever encountered persons, kind of, you're selling your skincare products, but they're looking at how your skin is in order to really determine if they want to buy the product from you or not? Have you ever had that encounter?
Oh yes, a lot of times. That's why anytime I am going to sell a skincare product, I make sure my skin is clean. I do not wear any makeup so that they can see the results on my face. I always take a before pic so that I can show them, hey, this is how my skin looked before. I had
Right.
spots, bumps, all of these impurities on my face. But since I've started using the products, look at my face now. And they say, really? Is your face that? You don't have makeup. And I'll even wipe my
Yeah.
face with a piece of tissue to show them, hey, my skin is totally clean. Nothing is on my face. And they say, okay, I'm going to try it. Wow. You know how Jamaicans are.
Yes, that's true. That's so true.
Yeah. So you have to be promoting your business on yourself so that other persons can see the results and buy your products.
That's true. What advice would you give to aspiring entrepreneurs to cultivate a resilient mindset and prioritize their mental health while building their business?
Okay, the first advice I would give a upcoming or an aspiring entrepreneur, know your market. Do your market research. Whatever products you're going to sell, ensure that you do a research thoroughly on it because you wouldn't want to sell a product and it's not in demand. That alone will create a stress on your mind because you're going to
Right.
buy products and it's going to pile up on you, no sales, and who knows, maybe even took out a loan to purchase those products and you don't have the money to clear the loan. So that is going to build up unnecessary stress for you. Also, I would tell them find your passion. When you find your passion, this creates a peace of mind for you. If you do not love what you're doing, it doesn't make sense to start a business. And if you're in it only for the money, your business is going to fail. Because what happened to days when there is no sale? You're going to go crazy. It's going to drive you nuts. So ensure that you find your passion. Also, tell them to find a mentor or somebody does similar business to you. Not to steal their ideas or anything, but to get pointers to see what they were successful in and maybe what they had failed at so that you
Right.
do not make those same mistakes. Also, be flexible and have alternate plan in place. Just in case this business may fail, have a plan B, a plan C, or even a plan Z, because you never know. This
multiple
economy,
multiple choices.
yes, multiple
Yes,
choices. This economy is so demanding and so competitive. You have to be competing with other people that does the same exact things as you. So you have to be flexible, creative, and open-minded. And last but not least, create a work-life balance. So you're going to take your breaks when you need to take your breaks and prioritize your business when you need to prioritize your business. You cannot have a healthy work life if you're clustered or if you do not balance things. So you're going to have your checklist, start from the most important thing on your list to the least. If you can complete the most important, take a break then, go back to the next one, and just do it like that until your task is complete. Because if you try to do everything one time or in one day, you are going to be burnt out, stressed, overworked, and flustered. So these are
definitely.
the advice I would give to a young entrepreneur that's coming up in the business, and also have your finances in place. You cannot start a business without
Very
capital.
important.
Please, please ensure that you put something aside for your business because remember, business sometimes don't see a profit in 5 years. It's after 5 years they start to see money coming in like that because everything that you make, you have to be pumping it back into the business. And sometimes you have to be dipping into your own pocket to ensure that you can build up your business. So, finances in place, know your market, find your passion, find a mentor or somebody that you admire, and be flexible. Have a work life balance. Thank you.
And that's really good advice. Thank you so much for that. And
No
thanks again
problem.
for being a part of the platform, a part of the production. It was really good having you on.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure speaking with you.